interesting. Blake is shoved into the boards by Barrios, and now they've taken exception. Michael Barrios.
They're going to be looking at this after the fact because there's a whole lot going on.
Welcome to Instant Replay for MLS Match Day 12. I'm Andrew Wiebe. As always, we're going through all the controversial referee decisions in Major League Soccer, and we start in the Windy City. Chicago Fire, St. Louis City, 29th minute, Kai Kamara at the back post. He's trying to get ahead on this ball. Lucas Bartlett's trying to defend, and looks like Bartlett kicked Kai Kamara in the shoulder and maybe neck. Referee Philip Duich says no foul. VAR Kevin Stott does not recommend a review. And everybody gets distracted by a big collision at midfield that eventually has Carlos Terán out of the game via injury. I want to rewind it back though. I think this is a foul on Kai Kamara. I think this should be a penalty kick. I understand why Duich did not make the call from the run of play. And I know video assistant referee Kevin Stott looked at it. I do not think this is dangerous play of a clear and obvious variety. We do not know exactly where Bartlett kicks Kai Kamara, but we do know that Bartlett kicks Kai Kamara. I've had a bunch of people in my mentions say, well, Kai gets down low. He's way too low. This is not on Bartlett, it's on Kai, and I just don't agree with that. To me, when you watch this play, Bartlett's kick is above his waist. He is trying to clear this ball blind, and I don't think he's going to touch the ball if Kai Kamara is not there. Meanwhile, Kai's trying to play the ball. He's not bending down. He's more going horizontal. To me, that's a completely legitimate play to make on his part. If he was trying to kick this ball and Bartlett kicked him in the leg, that would be a foul. I think we would all agree on that, or maybe I'm just assuming. In this case, for me, in my opinion, this is a foul and a penalty, but I understand why it wasn't sent for review. All right, a couple red card possibilities in this match as well. We start in the 26th minute. Miguel Perez, the young City homegrown. Watch this play, and we can all agree that's a yellow card. It's his first, and that matters because about 13 minutes later, in the 39th minute, Miguel Perez fouls Brian Gutierrez right outside the Fire 18. I got to tell you, by the book, this is a clear yellow card. Perez does not attempt to play the ball. He plays the man. He stops a promising attack. If you're a stickler, and the Fire were in this situation, you're saying, where is that second yellow and a red card? But Duich does not give it, and I think this is a game management situation for the center referee. I understand why he's saying in the 38th minute for this particular foul, which is not crazy egregious, he's not going to pull the second yellow. Me, I think it is a second yellow, and you can't just hand out mercy to anybody, so I would have liked to see it, but I understand why it wasn't given. We did have a second yellow, though, in the 70th minute. City's John Nelson comes in, this is nasty, and sees red via that second yellow. Duich does not go with a straight red. This is an orange card, but I think it is a straight red. Look at that rake down the shin right there by John Nelson. That is excessive force. That's endangering the safety of the opponent. I think this is a red card, but either way, the result is the same. John Nelson is off. Oh my gosh, so many plays, so let's just keep it rolling. San Jose, LA, Cali Classico, late consolation goal for the Quakes. This is a good opportunity to teach you about the laws. In this case, offside. Why did this Oseni Buda goal stand, many of you wondered? It appears that he is in an offside position, but what you're not seeing or considering is the LA player who is down injured behind the end line. If you are out of play past that end line and the game has not been stopped for injury, you are still considered to be, quote-unquote, on the field. You are on the goal line. Therefore, in this situation, the goalkeeper is the second-to-last defender, putting Buda in an onside position. Good goal. Well done to the crew on this one. To Colorado, Philly we go. 35th minute, Diego Rubio earns a penalty for the Rapids. Victor Rivas, the referee, makes the call. Eunice Marcachi, the VAR, says, hold on, Victor. Go to the monitor. Check this one. I see a clear and obvious error. That's not a penalty. Rivas goes, he sticks with his call, and I think that's the right decision. If you watch here, that dangling leg of Diego Rubio is inside the 18-yard box, at the very least, right over the line when the contact occurs. And there is contact. There is an angle here where you can see very clearly that Rubio is contacted. Now, you can debate how much contact that is. Either way, Rubio goes down, and I understand why Rivas stuck with the call, even though the Union are frustrated. And there's so much frustration that in the 97th minute, second half stoppage time, we have a serious mass confrontation event. You might even call it a little bit of a pushing and shoving brawl. This is where video review is so valuable. It's nearly impossible for the referees on the field to see every little thing that happens between all these players who are pushing and shoving. So Marcacci calls Rivas to the monitor, they go through it, and they end up giving red cards to 2 players, Colorado's Brian Galvan and Philadelphia's Jesus Bueno. Watch it back here and you will see why. The Galvan one, pretty clear. He basically goes WWE and body slams Jakub Glesnes. That's violent conduct, folks. Bueno, a little less obvious, though he's right in there grabbing, pulling, pushing, holding on to Galvan, etc. But what I see that really makes it clear, when Bueno comes into the confrontation, when he tries to get to Galvan, his left arm, you can see it comes down and hits Galvan's head. To me, that's more than negligible contact, and that would justify the red card offense. Either way, nutty events there in Colorado. Houston, Seattle, 19th minute. Do you want to see a red card? Amin Bassi is going to show you one right here. Straight leg, excessive force into the shin of Nico Ladero. That's serious foul play. Well done to Rubio Vasquez and his crew for getting this one. Let's also take a quick look here at the Ache. Hector Herrera's second yellow card. Ladero earns this one as well. Ache, 2 red cards in 4 matches. This one for me, just a little bit soft. Yes, he's pulling, he's tugging, but I think this is one where Ladero recognizes the situation and goes down. I would have been okay with Vasquez letting it go, but either way, to go back to the book, this is probably a second yellow by the book, so Ache can't really complain. One more here, 96th minute, Ethan Bartlow, the elbow to the head of the Sounders player. It absolutely looks terrible, and I'm sure it felt terrible as well. Vasquez does not call red card on the field. It's a yellow from him. VAR Alejandro Mariscal calls him to the monitor, and Vasquez sticks with his call. I understand why he did, though this looks terrible. The question you have to ask yourself on violent conduct here is, did Bartlow use his elbow as a tool or as a weapon? I don't see Bartlow cock it back. I don't see him throw that elbow. He leads with it, yes, but I think he thinks the Sounders player is going to jump, and he's trying to create space here. I'm good with the yellow card. I'm a little bit less convinced on this play in the 17th minute of Miami, New England. Nolbuck scores a goal. It counts, then it doesn't. Izmir Pekmic goes to the monitor by the recommendation of Caroline Chenard, and they call this off for offside. The Revs have seen this before. It's a player in an offside position obstructing the goalkeeper's view. You can see there is a player in an offside position, and he may be obstructing Drake Calendar's view. This angle from behind the goal that I think is the smoking gun for Izmir Pekmic sure makes it look like the goalkeeper is obstructed. But when I watch this play, and I watch Drake Calendar and his reactions both during the play, attempting to make the save, and afterwards, I don't see a goalkeeper who believes that he was obstructed. If you look closely, based on where the ball is and where the shot goes, I think that's an open lane for Calendar to see it. He sure looks like he does as he shuffles to his right and tries to make the diving save. He's just never going to get to it. And then, after the play, 0 complaints from him. I would have liked to see this goal stand, though I understand why Chenard recommended review and Pekmic called it off. But there is something to see in Atlanta-Charlotte. 48th minute, Andrew Gutman pulling. Jóźwiak on Jóźwiak's way to the penalty spot to perhaps score a goal here. This is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity that they catch via video review. Gutman doesn't like it, but he's not playing the ball. He's pulling a jersey, preventing the attacking player from having every opportunity to score this goal. This is a clear case of dogso, and if you don't play the ball, it's going to be a penalty and a red card. Last one here on what could have been an even longer instant replay. Tim Melia didn't love this penalty call. I think it's a good call. You can see him slide in, get a little bit of the feet to take down the attacker, and who cares anyway? Melia saved the penalty kick. Remember, if you see something, say something. Hit me up on social media. I'm always looking for controversial decisions. And if you watch this show and you think, you know what, I could be a referee, why don't you go ahead and give it a try? Follow the link on your screen or in the description to go and start your process to becoming a referee. We need more folks loving the game and loving the laws at the grassroots levels. For our editor, Phil Levanko, and our producer, Rich Hernandez, I'm Andrew Wiebe. We'll see you next time.